ABC6 weather brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
All right, let's prepare you for what's ahead weather-wise, starting with the fact that it's still cold. Shocking, I know. It is still windy, though, as well, and that's been a big issue these last couple of days. Finally, as I mentioned earlier, snow enters the chat. We have another storm on the way that we're tracking. How does it shake out? I'll tell you in just a second, so come on, let's talk about the weather here. We'll start with this. A regional view of satellite and radar showing you the lake effect snow band still coming off not just Lake Ontario, but Lake Erie as well, sending some of that snow back into parts of the Catskills, the Adirondacks, the Alleghenies, but not so much into the Berkshires, not as much as we saw a couple of days ago. That said, that cold air has been sent all across the eastern seaboard. You can see temperatures below average from Watertown at 16 degrees to Burlington at 12, 17 right now in Bennington. It's not too far below average in southern New England right now, but we will see those numbers stay that way later today. That's the big trick here. Temperatures in the 20s for the most part for our local cities here. Talking about Providence right now at 23 degrees, 20 degrees as you head to Smithfield, all the way down to New Bedford. Good morning, New Bedford. You're sitting at 25 degrees right now. Later today, it's going to be that combo of the wind and the temperatures staying below average that makes it feel so bitter cold yet again. We've done this before. It's like rinse and repeat, right? Wind gusts right now in the teens, 20s, and 30s. We're going to see some of those numbers up toward 40 miles per hour once again today. So take a look at the high temperatures. I put them on there just so you can see what they are, but I'm going to say this like I always do. They really don't matter on a day like today, because even though we'll be in the upper 20s, which again is technically speaking below average, it will feel like we are in the teens, as you can see here across the region throughout the afternoon. So that's how you should be dressing today. Dress up for the teens, wear those layers, and stay cozy as you stay outside. Now, I do want to mention, for those of you who had any plans to be on or near the water, we still have these gale warnings all across the coast here. Narragansett Bay, we could see wave heights between 7 and 10 feet. So not exactly a day for the ferry. You might be feeling a little seasick if that's the case. Be careful out there. Now, let's talk about what's happening in terms of the snow, because I know that's the big blinking light for a lot of people, the big neon sign, if you will. Across the country, 44.5%, brand new numbers here on Good Morning Providence. 44.5% of the United States is now blanketed by snow. You can see that here on the current snow depth map, and this most recent blue stripe came from our most recent storm, but we got absolutely zip, zilch, nada, none of that. You can see the hole right around southern New England, but we could fill in the gap a little bit as we head into the weekend, because here comes the next storm moving out of the Gulf, picking up a ton of moisture as it does, and the track of this storm might just bring it close enough to southern New England to give us some accumulating snow. I don't think this is going to be a wallop. I think it's going to be some winter white to look at as we get through your Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Essentially what we're watching for here is some accumulating snowfall, but nothing that's going to set records. That said, we want to make sure you are prepared ahead of time. So of course, stay tuned to the forecast and we'll have more details on this storm throughout the week.